Hey there, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, Leo Rising. Welcome to your reading for December 26th through January 1st. Happy 2023 to you. So, you guys have here two interesting cards that came out. They're both about emotions, but it's about how they look at the emotions that seems really interesting. And I kind of want to just get these cards out. So, before I start talking about them, because I want to be sure of the message. Well, it's looking pretty positive, that's for sure. Okay. All right. Wow, your card came out. Okay, let's look at this. So you have the card of love and emotion, tomatoes and cucumbers. That's quite a good salad. The emotion card says to stay cool and calm when making a decision. The tomatoes say to make decisions from the heart. Be flexible, be adaptable, be willing to make changes. So some kind of a conversation is likely to come up with someone who's very close to you. And there's a need for really good, clear communication. They're both Venus-driven cards. One's in Cancer and one's in Libra. And so this is emotional balance, it's partnership, it's relationship. It's nurturing. You have the card of strength of the overall energy. And it says the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness, and time to embrace how wonderful you are. So I feel like there's this important conversation coming up this week that is going to call on you because you have here this Two of Summers in the key to the situation, this Two of Cups. It's with a soulmate. So it could be with a parent, it could be with a child, it could be with a significant other, it could be with a really close friend. But there's a conversation that's coming up that where you need to be on the same page, where the understanding of what the next move to take is very clear, because here in the energy to anchor into, you have the Two of Winter. This is about making a decision. That's why I pulled another card, and I'm going to get one more because it says, protect the fruits of your labor, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. And so indecision is holding you back, this protective energy. So I want to get another card on that. However, the other cards are very positive. So I feel like this is a major decision. I think it's important when you're making decisions in collaboration with someone else to make sure you're taking everybody's point of view in. Look at this. You have the Soul Sisters card. Definitely this Two of Cups energy here. It says two hearts, one soul, soul sisters. And the wild and free, all good things are wild and free. That totally looks like you, Leo. Right here. How Leo is that? And look, even here with the big mane around her head, all lit up. This is be authentic to who you are. State what it is that you want and need in whatever this situation, this decision-making process is. Be very clear, okay? Be very clear. Because it's with somebody who really matters to you. And so the clarity is going to help with the situation. In the area of where you've been seeking information and guidance, we have the Hierophant. And so the Hierophant is very much about stability. It's Taurus energy. It's very much about stability. It's about a commitment to something. It says do the right thing for the right reasons. It could be a spiritually minded community, but this feels like do the right things for the right reasons. And so sometimes a little extra research is needed. The thing that's kind of draining your energy is how slow something is moving or not having a good plan in place. We have cautious but wise action, meticulous action to detail, and kindness to others. And since that's what's draining your energy, I think trying to make a decision is draining your energy. In the challenge, we have the card of release, the transformation, the death card, and it says let go of the past, endings that make way for new opportunities and time to move on. So it's as though you're hanging on to a situation where the time has come to have a heart to heart. So it could be that you need to quit a job because it makes you freaking miserable. And it's time to sit down with your partner and say, look, how can we make changes so that I don't have to work there anymore? Or can I get to part-time because I'd really rather be home with the kids? Or I have this goal, this creative project I'm trying to start. Maybe you want to start a second business, but in order to do that, you need to be able to work part-time because there's only so many hours in the day. What kind of adjustments and changes can we make? It feels very much around your emotional, creative, what is creative to you, what is important to you, what has value to you, and you're a little unclear on how good of an idea this is, because in the action to take, we have the Seven of Cups, which means you have options, and it says no more procrastinating. Your power comes from making a decision, confusion that arises from overanalyzing the options. So you have options. This analysis paralysis has been a problem, and it almost feels like you need to talk to somebody who gets you. So maybe you don't have that significant other who's impacted by the decision. Who is your friend or your business advisor or somebody you could sit down and have this real heart-to-heart conversation about what is of value to you? So let's say you're planning your retirement, right? Then it would be like a financial advisor, and you'd be like, I want to be able to retire and live in Hawaii. What do I have to do to get myself there? And it's that kind of a conversation where you knowing what it is that you want as the end goal, not necessarily all the steps in between, but what is the end goal? It is picking what it is you want. And then it is this Knight of Pentacles says you have to take a step. Take a step. And maybe the procrastination that they're talking about here means that there's been no steps. And so it's draining your energy because you're stuck here in indecision going, I'm not sure which step to take. You're at the Nine of Wands. It feels like just one more step to complete a process to be able to move forward. So what are you supposed to be focusing on, right? In the area of resources and finances, you have the Ace of Wands. So this is something that you're very passionate about. It has a potential for a lot of growth here. It's time to take action. No procrastination, and it's time to take action. So whereas almost everybody else has been getting this energy this week of needing to maybe take a break or, reassess, I feel like you guys have been sitting in the reassessing energy, and now this week you kind of get a jump start on everybody else by getting to take a step forward. Mercury goes into retrograde on Thursday, and in fact on the 25th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, there will be the premiere video where I pull cards for Mercury retrograde for each sign, so if you want to check that out. But Mercury retrograde definitely encourages you to make a plan, but to double check and to do the research and do the details. So I don't think it's about waiting until Mercury stations direct to make a plan. It's about make a decision. This is what the plan is. And now let's go over the details. And let's go over them with a fine-tooth comb and the magnifying glass. And then when we get done, we're going to have someone else take a look at it too. So definitely wanting to, because it's in Capricorn, creating the structure. And if you are a Leo rising, Capricorn is your 6th house of work-life balance. And so again, it feels like time management. It feels like resource management. Your time, your money, your effort, your knowledge, your wisdom. How can you bring this all into balance so that you stay healthy? I feel like it could be so that you're moving forward into 2023, building your health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. But it's about bringing everything into a nice alignment. The year of 2023 is a 7, and that is about being in alignment with really taking action that is in alignment with your ultimate goal. And I think if you've been sitting here trying to decide, I'm not sure what it is I want to pick for myself, I think this week is a good time to sit down and really have that conversation. with yourself and a significant other, and then maybe making some appointments to talk to professional people, advisors, if you need to. How do you transform the situation? You have the Star card. So this is really focusing on the hope of what you want. Look to the future with hope and optimism. The power of faith to move mountains, happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. And this challenging time was letting a cycle complete. And so this is a card of healing, of looking to the future. The Seven of Cups says you have options. Pick one and start moving toward it. And here's the good news. If you choose incorrectly, which is not really possible, it's just a detour sometimes to learn something new. You'll get to choose again. You're not actually stuck. And I think that's really hard for a fixed sign sometimes. It's like you set yourself on a path and then you commit to the path, and it's really hard for you to say, I need to shift and change direction. But I think if you allow yourself to be more open to versatility, if you start down this road and this path doesn't work, then so set a time frame. Say, I'm going to reassess this at the end of March. That gives you the whole spring quarter to really try something. The energy is definitely moving forward energy, especially from the end of January, like that new moon in Aquarius. Take it up to the spring equinox and really let things and assess then and make adjustments if you need to. And if you can give yourself permission to adjust along the way as you go, you'll at least start getting things moving. It doesn't have to be fast, but it does feel like there's some movement forward. Here we have this Princess of Summer, this Page of Cups kind of energy, a new relationship or emotional experience. It's invitations. It's a compassionate friend that you share your concerns with in the heart space. And so I think there's somebody that you really need to talk to, because we have this very much the same energy here, and this being open to having this conversation about remembering your own value, your own worth, and who you are, and this love that you proceed forward with. This is self-love. This is packaging this up in a way that says this supports the life I want to live. This supports my values. This supports how I want to feel about myself. And if I don't feel this way right now, it will get me there, right? And so defining what means successful to you. So it's about moving forward, choosing joy as the path, and saying, I'm only going this far, and then I'm reassessing, right? So that you don't feel like you're boxed in and blocked into something, that allows you the opportunity to adjust. So here we have amble with contentment. Waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous now. Really? Because they said stop procrastinating. Ambling is moving. Well, I really don't like it when they confuse me like this. I'm going to get a clarifier. Because I don't understand that. The message here is definitely about moving forward. Ambling is moving, but it's moving slowly. It's also moving in alignment because they're using seahorses, and seahorses is the divine masculine, carries the babies. And so that is very much like the chariot energy of 7. Expansion, vision, and oh my God, there you guys are. Look, there's the little lions there. It's an eagle, but it's got lions on it. I reach new heights with courage and grace. I reach new heights with courage and grace. There you are. It's definitely for you. Allow your progress to become easier by letting go of control. So this is releasing of the control and fear. Trust that you can grow to meet any challenge by allowing your higher self to show you the way. The more you develop your ability to connect with spirit and let go of ego, the more you can be an inspired guide for others. You are meant to have big dreams and bold visions. Trust that you have what it takes to succeed. You have greater potential than you realize. Challenge yourself to develop beyond the limits of the past. The eagle has tremendous strength and stamina that brings the soul medicine of expansion. When we are going through an initiation or trying circumstances, that would be that 9 of Wands, the eagle assures us that we have the inner resources needed to surmount our difficulty. Eagle pushes us higher, further, and to challenge ourselves to explore and grow. We have enormous potential, but it takes courage to conquer our fears and discover our capabilities. Eagle helps us to find the self-belief necessary to be a leader in our own lives and in the lives of others. Eagle is a visionary. From lofty heights, it sees a far broader picture than most can perceive. Eagle emboldens us to strive for a higher viewpoint so that we can put the elements of our journey into perspective. Temporary frustrations seem a lot less intimidating when we realize the challenges we currently face will come to an end with beneficial results for the future. Having learned and grown through whatever is happening at this time, we are better prepared and wiser and more capable than ever before. The eagle's wingspan is comparatively large and allows us to soar across vast distances with little effort. Eagle teaches us to disconnect from the petty concerns of the ego and allow the journey to become more graceful. It represents our ability to connect with spirit realms. This majestic creature brings soul medicine to lift us up from lower fear-based ways of being so our higher self is free to direct our lives. And as this happens, we will become more often feel in harmony with our lives. Situations will resolve with less fuss, more grace, and we can make more progress with less struggle. So if we don't take what it says underneath here, but instead focus on where it says amble with contentment, that totally aligns with everything else that was said here. And so this is move forward. Ambling with contentment means don't place the pressure on yourself to have made the correct choice for perpetuity at this moment, but it's the right choice for you right now. And so so this is allowing yourself to move slowly forward, understanding it's going to take, nothing's going to happen really faster when it says take courage and stamina. But the eagle spirit, that means spirit's got your back on this. You will be shown the way. This is very, it's important though that you pick a path at this time. You really focus on what would bring 7 of Cups. That's emotional satisfaction, right? What would bring emotional satisfaction to you and in your life? And so we have here the Star card is about having hope for the future. We have the card of anticipation, and we have the card of collaboration. And this is a card of collaboration right here. And again, this one has the divine masculine and divine feminine of the lion on here. And this is a card of collaboration and being really in touch with our divine feminine and masculine. I think that choose to take a baby step this week in the direction that you would like to go. Whether that is making a call to do a little research to see what else do you need to know in order to make a decision. But sitting on go is not really working at this point. There is a need to do a little movement forward. But this feels like the gentle steps forward, not the great big giant leaps. And again, there's the collaboration. There's somebody that you need to be connecting with to have a conversation that has great value. That's what we got from these cards earlier. So I hope that was helpful, Leo. That was a little bit confusing. That was a little bit confusing, but I really feel like everything else is saying proceed with caution. Okay. No. Amble with contentment and enjoy the journey. Okay. So it's not about the waiting. It's about appreciating where you are and taking the next step and assessing, taking the next step, and who is your soul tribe that can move with you. Stay present and flexible. Many changes are going on for you and around you. These changes are not only good but necessary. Bring your awareness into the now rather than focusing on the past or the future. So it is really just taking a step forward and giving yourself permission to shift, to change directions as necessary. And as necessary means when you go, ooh, that's icky, I don't like it. That's a technical term. Ooh, that's icky, I don't like it. All right, I hope to see you in the chat on Sunday nights at 7:30 Eastern Time Zone in the US. I'm on Facebook every day. And this actually looks amazing considering the year you guys have had. And so just allow yourself to start moving forward. And even if you feel like you don't really trust your judgment, you can trust what you're doing next. And how about you start with that? All right, you guys take care. I'll talk to you soon.